All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for another episode of Freebie Friday, where we give you actionable tips, tricks, and awesome sauce dumped all over the interwebs that may be pretty or may be ugly. And today it'll be interesting to find out who we're talking about, what they could change, and how they could impact their business more and more each and every day with the knowledge that we will bring today. Of course, I am at George B. Thomas on the Twitter sphere, and I am here with the commander and chief of all internet data, the one, the only, at three Rhino Media. I almost didn't make it through it. Don Stanley.
What is up, my brother George? How you doing?
Dude, I'm doing good. It's been an interesting couple weeks, or the past week. There's been a little bit of snow and snow days, and I'm just ready for summer to get here. And on there's just a bunch of stuff coming up that I'm really excited for. The Wow Agency event that we're putting on, inbound, coming up pretty soon. Well, not pretty soon. It's in September, but I'm really excited about things that are coming up. So what about you?
Yeah, I'm on the same page. Got an exciting trip coming up to two exciting trips coming up to St. Louis for a top secret trip that I will tell you guys hopefully about in a couple of months. The purpose of that, and then I don't feel much sympathy for you when you talk about snow and cold, but I've got a nice family vacation coming up in a couple of weeks to a warm climate, which we are desperately needing, having had 1 or 2 days where we've been above zero for about the last week or so.
Yeah,
It's old.
here's the funny thing. I find this very interesting because you talk about going on vacation and going somewhere warm. And when we talk about going on vacation here, we talk about going to somewhere where we can go ski and and there's snow, right? Like my buddy, he's on his way to Colorado to a bunch of snow where he can ski because we're just tired of all the warmth. But I'm sure people will love that.
Well,
So
it's all a matter of perspective, you know.
it is. It
And
is.
that's what we're here for, to give some perspective today on our next Freebie Friday clients. And who is the next Freebie Friday client,
Yeah,
Mr.
definitely. So
Thomas?
here in 2 seconds, I will flip from our intro screen. We are going to be looking at a company. I'll just give you their name. It's Data Command. Hence how I introduced you, the commander of all interweb data. But we're looking at a company
Nice.
called Data Command, and we're just going to see if there aren't some things that we could help them with. And so I'll do how I feel, and you do what they do when we flip this open. How's that sound, Don?
Locked, loaded, ready to go as always.
All right, well, let's go in three, two, one. Okay, how do I feel? Um, I, I don't know. Yeah.
2000 party
So,
over, it's out of time.
yeah. So here's the thing. Well, and it's interesting that you started to sing that because I guess maybe the only thing I felt was dated, right? So to me, this feels like a very 1992 website that you can tell in some ways has tried to make itself feel more up to date, but I guess maybe confused and dated was my initial response. So what do they do, Don?
So they provide access to information, and it looks like what they're doing is providing access remotely to some type of information. Now, it says access control and monitor your industrial, utility, manufacturing systems over the internet, which I don't notice at first because I'm paying attention to that moving slider and the tagline at the top. And for some reason, their logo to me, from a feel standpoint, I know that's your area, but it kind of looks like an old YMCA or kids type fitness
Dude,
logo. So
dude,
it takes me a little bit of time to figure out.
yeah, yeah. So I'll tell you what it is. It's the jump rope for heart logo. Like that
There you go,
that I'm
exactly.
serious. It looks like a jump rope for heart logo, and I'm not sure what it in the world a backwards C and a dot have to do with. Oh, wait, wait. The one's a
Is it a
D and the
D?
one's a C.
I bet you that's what
Oh,
it
data
is.
command. Anyway, that's just not working. So,
Which that's a good point because one of the things you have to be careful about in any type of branding or business marketing is creating something that is too clever that somebody doesn't get. Where you're close enough to it that you might see the D and the C, but based on mine and your reactions to this, I didn't get that at all. I mean, I had to think through it, and then it's like, oh, now I get it, but I don't know why you did that. It's a little too
it's too
uh,
out there. Yeah.
abstract, yeah.
All right, well, let's jump right into this. And Don, give me a couple things that you would say that they're doing that it's just mortifying, and it's making the interwebs ugly, and we've now maybe doo-dooed ourselves because we feel like we're in the dark alley of the interwebs.
Well, the first thing is the navigation. The visual presentation of that navigation really takes me back literally to 1998, 1999. The Prince song. The type is a little bit fuzzy as well, which is that there's no excuse in this day and age to be using images for your text. It's just you should not be doing that. I repeat, you should not be doing that, and that leads me to know right away, based on that, I'm going to guess with 99.99% repeating probability that this is not a mobile responsive site. You're a data command company, which makes me think you are up to date on the latest and greatest, and you've got a very old looking dated website, which makes me a little bit question the credibility, because again, it doesn't look like this is modern. It looks old. And then the third thing that I'm going to point out is I know from studying this quite a bit that one of the biggest concerns people have with these data command type products, which are really useful when people can access remotely, is security. And how safe is my stuff when it's available? Anytime you connect anything to the web, there's a possibility that there's some openings for people to get into. And if I'm having my industrial complex or my utility or manufacturing system open to the internet, I don't see anywhere where they talk about security. And I know that's a big content issue, and that doesn't touch on the slider and all those things, but those are some huge ones that I think are real big sticking points for me.
Yeah, so we're hitting a couple of, I won't call them the same areas, but this navigation, here's the deal. Newsflash, you don't need to have a home button on your website anymore. And secondary newsflash, your logo is supposed to link to your home page. I'm
Hmm.
supposed to be able to click there, and that's why you don't need a home button anymore. So those are like some UI no-nos that are happening here, right? The other thing that I'm going to jump to is, Don, with such a small area for content and with such small copy that is actually really hard to read, this kind of, I don't know, arch evil enemy beehive background thingy that I don't even know what's going on here. And I don't know what beehives or cell creation or whatever like thing that this background is supposed to be representing. Like, I don't get it. Um,
Uh,
it just, I don't get it. I'm gonna say that
yeah.
again so everybody understands that. And so, that's again maybe part of the feel. The other thing that I think would be great, but it's now a bad thing, is I love success stories, right?
Hmm.
But when in the time of any internet error did one button deserve an entire sidebar to itself? Like, there's success stories, and that's it. There's a big white space taking up this entire website homepage for a button.
Hmm.
Are you kidding me right now? Like, I cannot believe this is happening to me right now, that there is a sidebar for a button, right? And so again, listen, Don, and I'm not trying to be mean. I say all of this out of love. But when did any designer think in their brain, hey, let's make a really skinny website page, and then let's cut that really skinny website page by about a third and cram all of the important stuff into that, area so that we can put a success button flying by itself for the entire page. I don't know.
Yep,
Right?
yep, yep.
Right?
Absolutely. And that's one of those where, I don't understand why that's not highlighted in the main navigation. Um, but yeah, I mean, have something that goes along with it if you're going to devote that much screen real estate to that sidebar.
Yep.
Definitely is you can argue that, well, it's contrast and it stands out, yeah, but it doesn't stand out in the right way. It's like
Absolutely.
uh, so.
Yeah. So I want to hit two more things, and I'm gonna flip it back over to you because I want you to talk about what like heroes or potential heroes. Okay. So I have to get down here to the bottom. Um, I think they forgot that they needed a footer, and then said, let's just bolt one on
Mm-hmm.
because like this like it. Oh. I just don't even know, dude. I just don't even know. Like it's this box. It's not the same width. It's not attached to the page, so you have this little line that's creating tension down here, where you can see the amoeba slash cell slash beehive thing, and then it's just super tiny. Like I'd almost rather not have it
Mm-hmm.
than for it to be like this, right? So I'll finish, and Don, let's maybe talk about some things that you think might be a hero on this site.
So main thing is, I think it could be a huge hero is exactly what you pointed out, that success stories, highlighting value that you've brought to the client. That's a great idea, but don't have it as hidden in terms of one single purple floating button in the left-hand column with a beautiful silver rollover. That content in and of itself can definitely be a hero. When you look at it now, I'm forced to watch the rollover here, but if you notice, information delivered, here's how, and then you have to wait, and then after the waiting, then it jumps into, we monitor your systems. Now, there's a secure. Okay, see the safe and secure, and then it goes to the access control. That's good content, but why it's buried in 3 different slides is problematic. So the content's good because it does give some basic sense of what they do. That could be a potential hero if they pull it out. They make it easier to see. I don't know, if it's going to necessarily be one slide. I'm thinking more that it would be part of a big paragraph right underneath this area where it's the use statement of, we help you monitor your systems in a safe and secure way from any internet-connected device. Something along those lines. So they've got the start of something good, and then the other that it's not really a hero, it's a suggestion, is one of the things that we've talked about in the other shows is, how do we contact them? And if you look on this site, in the upper right hand corner we just see login, which is kind of bizarre, because again it makes me think that this is a separate member client portal. But if I look across the navigation, about us, applications, etc., and then sales, the only way to contact you is to go through sales. So you're pushing sales at me. So put a simple contact there and make it easy. Again, it's not a major hero, but it's not there either. But it's something that really needs to be added.
Yeah, definitely. And you reminded me of something that I wanted to talk about on this episode, because you talked about sales, right? And so it's not even really contact us, and we don't even know if contact us is really sales. We don't know if they equal the same. But if you click on that page, you get this form. And Don, if this is how exciting the sales process is, I'm not calling, Because there's
Uh,
nothing that explains what's going to happen. There's nothing that says somebody's going to call you back in 15 minutes, 15 days, 15 months. Like, you're just like, oh, sure. I don't know. I'll fill out these 7 form fields because I'm bored and I'm very curious to what sales means. So I
mhm.
did want to talk about that, and that's definitely not a good point. So let me jump over to what I would say are potential heroes. I like the imagery in the slider. However, I hate the slider because it's not indexable, blah, blah, blah. Everybody knows that. Also, I had to laugh because when you were trying to read this information delivered, here's how, and then you had to pause, we monitor your system. I totally thought of William Shatner from Star Trek, like how he would talk with a little pause. And I was like, dude, it sounds like I'm listening to a Star Trek episode. But now I truly will quit beating the crap out of this site. And I'll say, I think that these images right here could be heroes. If they were larger, if they had some supporting copy, I mean, they just could be heroes. And what I really wish, in my heart of hearts, Don, I wish these were videos, right? I wish I could click
Yes.
on there and I could play it and I could very easily understand what they do and who they do it for, right? So, like you're talking about, the use statement, not only does a use statement have to be a block of copy, your use statement can live and breathe through every digital asset that you have on your website. So, a video that explains, okay, sure, you assess and control and monitor, my industrial, utility, or manufacturing systems, but like manufacturing and industrial, that's a large space to play in. Don't you
Hmm.
have a target persona or a target niche area that you want to hit in that? Like, and maybe that's what I'm trying to say is there are definitely ways in here that they could kind of segment down into a tighter group of folks that are going to be easier to push through their hang on, wait for it, their sales funnel, and
Ah,
actually get some engagement. So that's the other thing.
well,
Here's
and
oh
if you don't mind me piggybacking on that, that would be a great opportunity to have 3 boxes below that big image that are industrial solutions, utility solutions, manufacturing solutions, where you funnel people into content that shows your specific knowledge and expertise, and they can position themselves to go into where they see they fit and say, oh, these folks do know the manufacturing industry and what we need, or the utility. And yes, there's going to be overlap, but the one thing that I just read this in Chris Brogan's book, The Freak Shall Inherit the Earth, that the one thing people want more than anything else is to know that they belong. And that's true of businesses as well. And if you say, hey, you belong here, this stuff is for utility companies, and we've got stuff that's really written for you. Is there going to be overlap with manufacturing and industrial? Yes, there is. But still, people, when they see that you're naming their industry, feel like they belong and click into that area. So that would be something that would be an easy fix to do, but I'm glad you said that, because that's a point that I hadn't thought of until just now, and I think that's a really valuable opportunity for them.
yep, totally agree. Here's the other thing, Don. I love and well, I should use the word love lightly, but I like the fact that they're one with the button, right? Like they're used to using buttons. I just think that what a hero would be is instead of contacting us now to learn more, which goes to the sales page, just had to throw
Hmm.
that back in there. I wish these buttons would go to a downloadable ebook, or I wish they'd go to a list of case studies. Oh, wait, success stories. That's right. They have those right here in this button. Well, okay, it'd be great if I could get to one page where I could easily read all of these success stories that they have from the home page in a way that actually entices me to do it. This doesn't entice me. But if there was a nice video, there was a paragraph of copy, and then it said success stories, then I'm going to go to it or I'm going to download it. And what I'm saying by that is I need them to use these buttons to engender more trust, not less trust. I need them to
Hmm.
use these buttons to generate leads, not push leads away into their competitors' loving arms that will take them and instead of sell them, will educate them through the process and they will become customers for them. That's what I need this site to do. So Don, that's what I think
Absolutely.
are probably the heroes. I think actually, believe it or not, and this is what I'll end my piece on, and I'll let you kind of do your last hurrah here for this site, and then we'll close it out. But to be honest with you, I think the hero is something that we actually talked zero about during this episode, and that is the product itself.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, the website is not leveraging the product to be the hero.
Yes.
Because, hey, here's the deal. People really do need something to monitor their systems, because it really sucks when crap blows up.
Yep.
I mean, it just does, right? So go ahead, give us your last hurrah for episode 7, Don.
Yeah, I think next steps of what I would do is look at breaking out those groups, industrial, utility, manufacturing, and have sections of the site that go to them, and break out the case studies of see case studies in our manufacturing, see case studies in utility, see case studies in industrial. And if you go to those success stories, what you see is they really just have a bunch of text. So pull out some key numbers. Company A saw 45% reduction in downtime. Then read the small fine print. The other thing I would piggyback off of is people don't want information access and information delivered. What they really want is peace of mind. Peace of mind that your facility is running the way it's supposed to be. We help you monitor your systems to do that. That's what they want. So make that the cornerstone of what your product is about. We deliver peace of mind wherever you are, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365, in a safe, secure way, so you know you can sleep good at night, or whatever term you want to use. But I think that's the potential hero, as you're saying, is the value they're bringing is people, the leadership of companies and organizations, to have that peace of mind. So that's my riff. What's yours?
Yeah, my riff is blow it up and start. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but really, here's the deal. The site needs to be wider. The site needs to be less focused on just information, or as for them, it's probably data. So make the site bigger and make the site a story, the story of the problem that you're solving, who you're solving it for. Make sure you're implementing video into that, because you can engage your customers or your potential customers with video much more. And here's the next thing that I would say is that in a day where you need social proof, and I don't mean social as in social media, but if you are assessing and controlling and monitoring the utility companies, the manufacturing companies, where are their logos on this homepage? Where am I getting immediate belief that you've solved this problem for other folks, right? So I would definitely add that. And last but not least, you might want to jump into the waters of what is social media, because you mentioned this earlier, Don. As a data command or as a data company, people immediately associate a name like that with being the forefront of what's going on. And to be in the forefront of what's going on right now and not understand that there is a complete sales cycle that can happen on social media, you have just cut yourself off at the knees. Unfortunately, that's where you're at.
You got it. And if they were to jump on anyone, from my expertise and background, LinkedIn is a natural fit for them to be looking at. So that's a bonus tip of the day, because I'm feeling extra generous.
Yeah, here's my thing. I would say LinkedIn and I would say YouTube, right? I would have how-to videos for their software. I would have videos on the problems that it's solving. So YouTube and LinkedIn. But hey, here's the deal, folks. We can't give too much time away for free. And as you know, this is Freebie Friday, episode 7. If you want your site to be brought in and lovingly caressed into a brand new, awesome web presence, well, we're the wrong guys for you. But if you want us to let you know really what needs to happen and help you GSD it, well, then you should be on our show. Make sure you hit up Don or myself on Twitter. He's at 3 Rhino Media. I'm at George B. Thomas. And until next time, folks, keep chugging along and make yourself better.
There, Don.
Yeah, get her done. TSD, baby.